they're not going to call you up and say, hey,
No,
buddy,
they will not.
you might want to take that off. So
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to The Perfect Bite. This is episode 79, and I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in. We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and today we're talking about a Westside staple, Mario's Westside Market. Next, we'll talk about the difference between mortgage insurance and homeowners insurance. And finally, we'll share how you can read after you become a parent.
Each week on The Perfect Bite, we'll visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope will become your new favorite. This week, we're sharing a personal favorite, Mario's Westside Market. Have you ever been there, Shannon?
I am not sure. I feel like I've been to, are there multiple locations?
Only one location.
Oh, then no. I haven't been there.
The market, it is a grocery store. And like many other grocery stores, they have like a hot food section in the store. But with this location, Mario's, they are known for like a lot of their soul food options, specifically their catfish.
Okay.
So people travel from across the city to visit. When I visited, there was actually a lady in line who was like, yeah, I came from Henderson. I'm like, oh, I'm from Centennial. Like,
wow. Where is it?
It's in the West Side, so it's on MLK and Lake Mead Boulevard. And if you haven't heard, they opened a whole new location. So it's in the same parking lot as the original one. And the original is still there too, but it's all boarded up. But they have a new location, and it kind of reminds me of like almost like a Trader Joe's or like one of these like modern places with like the brown wood on the outside and the black beans.
Okay.
Stands out a whole lot more. A very tall building, new logo. They've had a wrapped vehicle in the parking lot. So another thing that was new. Custom marquee signs. So it's not the old Mario's that you're used to. And when I went, on the outside, it looked like it was pretty slow. I actually was like, oh yeah, I'm going to just walk in and get my food and go. And walk into the grocery, again, it's pretty slow, pretty dead in there. When I get to the back of the store where the hot food area is, there's a line.
That's where
Yes.
That's where they're going.
And we're just waiting, and we're waiting, and I probably wait like 10 minutes. And I'm like, no, I'm waiting. I'm in this. We're gonna get this catfish. And the people that were in line, they're like, you're here for the catfish, right? Like, because if you're not here for catfish, you can get your stuff and go. And I'm like, no, I'm here for the fish. I'm waiting. More people are coming behind me. We're all waiting. When I finally get up and they bring the food out, I ordered 2 pounds of catfish. You can order by the pound or you can order by the piece. And again, I don't live very close, so I was like, I'm going to do 2 pounds. Might be a little excessive, but I don't care. This will be food for days. Mm-hmm. They charge, it's $12.99 per pound. And then I also ordered a small order of mac and cheese, which was $4.99 for like a little container of the mac and cheese, and brought the food home.
How is it cooked, the catfish?
It's fried.
Okay.
And they are super long.
So did that work to take it with you? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, fried food does not always
it lasts.
Carry
it doesn't
well.
Get like soggy or anything weird. I don't really know like the specific kind of batter, but it's like crispy. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
You'll just have to try it. So they're super long. I want to say the length of a catfish is almost like my forearm length, long,
Okay.
cut. And so the box is full of them. Bring them home. My husband's like, what is this? Why did you order so much? And it's basically just me and him who likes the catfish. The kids, they don't eat it. The next day, I come home for lunch, and there's literally one piece in the box. It's just me and him. So it is that.
So
it
he
is
was
that
happy
good.
you got that much.
He was happy, and it ended up.
It's a good price
being
though
a
for
good
that much food.
Decision, yeah. I think when I go back though, some things on the menu that I didn't realize that they had were fried pickles, and then like their smoked ribs. They looked really good, and then of course more catfish. Recommendations for you if you decide to head over to Mario's is if you arrive and there's a line, just be patient. I promise you it is worth it. And if you have a recommendation for us to try a new restaurant or a dish, send us a message to theperfectbite@ccculv.com. We're always open for new ideas. If you're a homeowner or a soon-to-be homeowner, you want to ensure that your home is protected, but which protection protects you as the homeowner, and which one protects the lender? Today, Shannon's breaking it down.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people have questions when you're first getting started in the home buying process, and people just have questions like there's all these new terminology, what is this? And it can be really overwhelming. And we've had, employees, members alike just say like, I really would like to learn some of the basics of some of the financial terms. So we're going to talk about those today. And you might be wondering if mortgage insurance and home insurance are the same thing. They're not. They're two different parts of your insurance that you need. One is for your home. The other is for your financial institution. And so the first is mortgage insurance, also known as private mortgage insurance, PMI. So if you see PMI, that is something that they put on to your mortgage if you put down less than 20% when buying a home, specifically a conventional loan. So I have PMI on my home.
I am very fortunate I do not.
Okay. At least I think I do. I better double check. I know I did when I first started. So this just protects the lender if you default on your payments. And another similar mortgage insurance is MIP, or mortgage insurance premium. So just encourage you, like when you come across a term that you don't know, just look it up and make sure that you're continually learning and educating yourself so you can know when you're going forward. MIP is added to FHA loans when the borrower puts down less than 20% also. And the difference between the two is this: once your home has equity of at least 20%, you can request the PMI be removed, but MIP on FHA loans, you cannot.
So you would need to refinance.
Yeah, refinance to a different type of loan if that's the case. So that can make a big difference in your payment if you reach that point where the equity has built up enough and you can ask for it to be removed. I understand that they're not going to call you up and say, hey, buddy,
they will not.
You might want to take that off. So it's up to you to be monitoring your equity. And so if your value has gone up on your home lately, you might just consider checking and seeing if
a lot of people it has gone up. So definitely check that out. Call your lender and see if you can get some extra savings.
Yeah. Take some initiative. Put it on your list of goals for next year to check on that. And then the other type of insurance is homeowners insurance, also known as hazard insurance, and it just protects the homeowner's investment by providing coverage for the actual house and the contents inside. I think even one point I could not find my wedding ring. I put it in one of those safe places when I couldn't fit into it when I was pregnant, and I could not find it. And I was just in a panic. And we were like, well, I think our homeowners would actually cover if we'd put it on there. So I think there's lots of coverage or lots of things that the homeowner's insurance can cover. And if you're a homeowner and have a mortgage, it's actually required. So you have to have the mortgage insurance because, again, it's protecting the investment for not only you, but the lender. And so this helps for things like fires and floods, any type of damage to your home. I'm sure if you live in an area, not Las Vegas, you have some specific, natural disaster protection. We're lucky we don't have a lot of those things here, and so homeowners insurance will cover the repairs minus your deductible. And so these are just two things that are required for you to have typically when you have a mortgage. I think that just making sure that you understand the terminology, making sure that you are aware of what you need to do as the home buyer and what the actual insurance provider does will help you save money in the long run. And now a few words from our sponsor, Clark County Credit Union, an equal opportunity housing lender.
Clark County Credit Union members have received more than $73 million in bonus dividends since 2001 just for using the credit union services they need every day. Since CCCU is owned by our account holders, they earn the dividend, not shareholders. This year, we returned a $2.6 million bonus dividend to members with auto loans, credit cards, and checking accounts. Open an account today and start earning your own bonus dividend. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. When you get older, it can become harder to read for enjoyment. Things like work, family, children, or several other life things can occupy your time as an adult, making it difficult to sit down and read a book. Do you remember the last time you actually sat down and opened a book, turned pages?
Sigh. No, I am in the audiobook phase of
Same.
life. I am typically
Same.
listening while I'm driving or folding clothes, or I have books that I want to read and they're in a stack by my bed. And then usually what happens is I give up and I buy the audiobook as well, which is not very smart financially,
No,
but then I get the book done. So
yes. So there are ways. And I remember when I was younger, like in high school and even college, I used to like really enjoy reading. I'd get books and I had a collection. And even my first apartment that I had, like I was like, I need a bookshelf for all my books and I'm going to get books and books and books. But as life happened, I read less and less. And eventually, moving from house to house, the books were boxed up, stored away, and they never came back out because I have had hard times opening up books and turning pages. So realizing that I wanted to dive back into books and in that enjoyment of like getting lost in a story, I looked for different ways to kind of make that happen. And so we're going to share 5 ways that you can fit reading into your busy life. Like Shannon mentioned, Audible is one way to do it. The first recommendation is to set goals of either time or pages. I like this one. I do this with my Audible, but I kind of like dedicate morning time. So when I'm on my morning walk, I'm going to have 30 minutes of Audible time or whatever that might be. Or if I've got a long road trip, I'm going to listen to music part of the way and I'm going to listen to my Audible another part of the way. That could be one way to do it. Or pages. If you're turning pages, maybe you commit to 30 pages a night. I don't know. Whatever your goal is, set that and kind of try to stick to it. Next recommendation is build reading time into the routine of your day. Like I said, whether that's while you're driving, it could be doing errands, listening to those audiobooks, doing house-related tasks. Those are ways that you can include that into your routine. Another way is by reading or listening while you're exercising. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I do that sometimes just while walking.
Yes.
Because sometimes I do get caught up in an audiobook. There's also apps from the library. I don't know if you're going to mention that too, that are free.
No.
So you can use your Clark County Credit Union library card. And my husband does that. And you have to put in for what books you want kind of in advance. And then it's your turn and it comes up.
Oh.
And he and the kids are listening to the Harry Potter series right now.
Okay.
And it's been kind of nice because they'll do it at bedtime. And that's usually my job. So I'm like, oh, Dad's got bedtime. Go listen to Harry Potter. And then, oh, can Dad drive us to school? Because we want to listen to Harry Potter. I'm like, yes, like that sounds great. So it's been really fun for them to do that. But that's free. The only catch is you have to wait and you only get the book for like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of got to be like,
so yeah. And I think
aggressive
a lot of those Audibles, at least for me, like once you get into the story, they've got some really good readers who get into character. It's kind of like the movie version of that book. And so, yeah, once you get started, you just want to hear more and more and more. So 3 weeks, perfect.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do it.
So long story short, I actually will sometimes be so into them that I'll neglect like other things. And so I try to say, okay, you can only listen to them when you're walking the dog or when you're in the car or whatever, or like folding clothes, which I hate folding clothes. So I'll do that, but it just helps the time pass those mundane tasks,
Yeah, it does. So going back to like the exercising thing, I've been at the gym and I'll see people with their little Kindles, I think they are, and they're on like the exercise bike and then they're reading and then they're, doing the swipe to turn the page. I am not on that level, but maybe one day I can
requires
do that.
more coordination.
Yeah, it's too much bouncing. But yeah, make independent reading something that you want to do with your children or your significant other, turning it into like a family activity. That is another way to also get reading back into your life.
Also, can I add requiring reading to earn game or screen time?
Yeah. No, that is
when I'm on my mom game, that's what I'll do. I'll be like, nope, you have to go read for 30 minutes if you want to.
That book, have you finished it? Are you almost done? Tell me something about it too. That's another thing. Like, give me the details. What's happening with the story? And I'm happy to share 2023. So I've got the Audible as well. Did you know that they have badges?
I didn't see that. I share my Audible with someone else, so we might not get to know. Yeah.
So I have 13 badges on Audible. For 2023, I've read 16 audiobooks, 2 physical books. So I'm proud to say that I've included some paper in there. But some of my Audible badges that I've earned are The Stack, A 7-Day Stretch, Night Owl, Mount Everest, Marathoner, Daily Dipper, The Collector, So yeah, I'm
That's
happy.
fun. You got a gold star.
Yes.
That works though. I think
I'm a
people are
reader again,
motivated.
guys. So adults can read for fun too. We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is theperfectbite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.